Are you an entrepreneur? Are you brave enough to face the might of the making moves charges?
It's no use standing there and thumb-sucking an answer.
Work 5 hours a day.
Yes.
You're lazy.
Have you taken samples to them?
No,
we haven't.
I do feel a little bit disrespected, and that's why I'm a little bit angry.
Is there enough fuel on the business bar leader?
Do you want to pitch for 50,000 Rand cash injection into your business? The stage is set for you to be part of this amazing opportunity for young entrepreneurs.
You've got 4 minutes to pitch your business.
So this money, as Zinhle has made a mention, will come a long way because it will really assist us with our marketing and also ensuring that we meet our capacity volumes.
What is the number and how is it going to translate into rands and cents in your business?
So
you didn't do the mathematics, guys. The reality of it is you didn't go and work out how much money you're going to be using where, why, and how much that is going to translate into revenue in your business.
Green economy initiatives have sharply increased since 2010. To date, South Africa has over 350 green economy initiatives, with 60% of them located in Gauteng, Western Cape, and KwaZulu-Natal. Yabasha Energy Solutions bona ke benza ama-solar powered geyser ngaphansi kwenkampani eyaziwa ngokuthiwa yiTasol. Nalu udaba lwabo.
Hi, my name is Zinhle Qata.
And my name is Nella and Qata, and we are the founders of Yabasha Energy Solutions.
Yabasha Energy is a youth-owned energy company that specializes in geyser manufacturing, energy efficiency, and we've got a really cool and exciting development program where we train young people to form part of the green economy space.
So you can find us on our Facebook page and our Instagram page at The Dynamic Duo or on our website at www.yabasha.co.za.
I'm in Alberton in the industrial area where I'm meeting two female entrepreneurs. Bona ke bathi bafuna ukuzakhela induma ezulu kule nkundla lena ke innovative green tech. Laba ke besimame bona ke benza kama solar panels. Namhlanje bengichitha usuku nabo ngifuna ukwazi kabanzi ngebusiness labo. Ngazi futhi ukuthi ngoba namakhasimende abo nokuthi business labo lisebenza kanjani. Kunjani sisi? Ngiyaphila ntokazi. Ngizobona usisibala ekhaya uZinhle notadwabo. Bakhona? Yebo. Kunjani lokho
Siyaphila tata njani wena?
Siphile sanana matasatasa. So makhosazana, ngiyazi ukuthi ngaphambi ukuthi nizisebenze nina nizimele ngokwenu. Bensebenzela ubaba wenu. So what inspired the move ukuthi manje senibona ukuthi isikhathi sokuthi nifuna ukuziphatha nibe yiqumama nani?
Nyatiba utata wetu was a very big influence in our lives, but we saw an opportunity ba we need to ba sizimele ngokwetu, you know, as youth, because nathi sifuna uba sikwazi ba si inspire abanye abantwana, you know, abasekhaya who don't know ba there's opportunities kwi green economy.
Asademanisa amathambo engqondo. Sacinga sathi hayi man eligama la Yabasha siyalithanda because sibatsha nathi. So let's represent, let's find a word, a common word that they can, you know, resonate with all the youth that is out there. And that's how Yabasha was birthed.
Yeah. So I know Makhosazana ukuthi you are mentored by your dad's company.
Yes.
Ubudlelwano benu busebenza kanjani?
So we got the opportunity by sebenza Tasol, which is our dad's company, and part of that part of the Enterprise Development program. So as you know, with a lot of startup businesses, sometimes kuba nzima ekuqaleni. So we got the opportunity to be able to use the factory to manufacture geyser zethu as the Yabasha. So it's been a really, really great journey because we didn't have to start from scratch and, you know, get the funding to start a factory from ekuqaleni. the punching hole.
Yes.
So this is the outer sheet of the geyser, which protects the geyser. So what the ladies are doing now, they puncture the hole, which allows for the water to flow.
Okay.
So this just came out of the welding machine, and it basically makes these ridges over here, which keep the geyser strong, and also allows for circulation of amanzi ukuthi ahambe kakuhle na.
Okay. So our client enu Yabasha. Sikhuluma, is it a business or izindlu or you catering for ama customer anjani?
Yabasha has clients both commercial, both private, and also government.
All right.
So it's a diverse pool of clients.
So from la masiqalele seza lana ke uma sisuka lana ke na ngiyabona seniyahlanganisa ke.
Yeah, there's a good pressure testing, Dada. Here is that we're going to put the machine geyser inside the water to just check for holes or any punctures, if it's leaking, and then after that it goes into the processing room. The pressure test machine then, so geyser yetu zifaka phakathi, are there any leakages, are there any holes? This is to make sure, but by the time it goes to your forming machine, that the geyser is 100% sealed and intact.
And ngiqimbi labo mama like hi.
Yeah, bona wathini umfazi thini mbakota.
Yes, ma'am.
Lapha silapha phakathi abasebenza khona nabantu bethu besincedisa be-factory.
The ladies are busy with a process called recycling and upcycling of the geysers. So these are old geysers which have been taken off roofs. So they're basically taking out the foam which is inside the geyser, and it's going to be upcycled to a brand new geyser.
All right. Umbengazi uthi namageyser namafoam ngaphakathi. There's a lot of things that go inside a geyser.
Exactly.
Yes, ma'am.
Kunyanzelekile ukuthi ibe shushu igeyser qho, so we need to retain the heat.
Please break down my services wenu and my products in now is in company.
So we do manufacture low pressure geysers, that's more for rural development, and high pressure geysers, that's the geysers that you see at guys like Alex, Soweto, and we also have a new product, hotspot.
Hotspot, yes.
Hotspot.
The hotspot is a very new product. It's a very innovative product.
Yeah.
It's a silicone tube that you fit into your element geyser. It retains the water, it keeps it hot. It makes it hot in 30 minutes. You know, usually you have to wait about an hour and a half for the geyser to be warm, but the hotspot makes it warm, you know, very quickly.
Yeah.
And the nice thing about a hotspot is that you save so much in your electricity bill. So you can be able to save from your electricity bill up to 20 to 50% in your overall bill, just because of the reduction and retaining of the heat.
Nice.
We met with the Yabasha through Nkosana Madi and the Grassroots Innovation Program, whereby there was an exhibition at the CSIR, because Nkosana and myself were part of the Grassroots Innovation through DST. And then they went through the stall, and then they saw our hotspot product, and then they spoke to Nkosana and got to understand about the product because I wasn't there. So Nella contacted me, and then when she told me about the Yabasha program, and we realized, wow, this is a nice concept because it talks to us, especially in terms of our own business operations as AET Africa, and our vision in terms of rolling out the hotspot and also the youth entrepreneurship. So that's how we started to have engagements and discussion in terms of how we can roll out the product and also use the hotspot within their training program as well as the youth entrepreneurship program that they are running as Yabasha.
You need to have a core business.
Which is the solar.
Well, you see, that's the problem, is that you say it's the solar, but if I had to look at your energy spend in terms of what you do day to day and how many hours you dedicate to whichever, I'm willing to bet that it's not the solar.
Nella and Zintle are from a dynamic and large family of 10 children. These two, however, are just more than siblings. They share a very deep friendship and are in business together. Sixoxisane nomndeni wabo ekhaya labo laphayana eMidrand. Lapho khona besichazele kabanzi ngabo labo sisi ababili ngokuthi bona babantu abanjani futhi baphuma ekhaya elinjani.
my character. Wow.
Zinhle was a very jolly child, and ebetefa amkakhulu, ebethanda amehlo.
Zintle's character is parallel to Nella's character. That's how I see Zintle's character, because she is very bubbly also, and she's very loving and caring. But she is more reserved.
She's very smart as well. In fact, say funda, so she's never tired of funda. She's always studying and proceeding with her studies. So I think Zinhle is someone that anyone can get along with.
I'm a very curious person, so I ask a lot of questions. But I'm the kind of person, like when I get situation, I first read about abantu banjani, I read the atmosphere, I read the room, and I love interacting, I love socializing with people, I love getting to know the perspectives abantu.
To describe the character Nella, I would say she's a very bubbly and very lively person.
I get Nella in a room, very, very caring, and also very quirky and sarcastic. Sometimes abayaz that side of her.
She's always been friendly, and
and she'll be able to make you laugh about it and at the same time understand the seriousness of the situation.
When I fell pregnant in high school, they were disappointed, obviously, because I was still very young. And, and I think, without, as we don't have give sexual education towards our kids. So, not to, in regard to send the blame, but I think, not understanding what the consequences of your actions are, then you're bound to make that mistake because there's no communication on how to make, prevention and things like that.
Yeah, I think it goes back to, so as much as it was disappointing for them, I think bayakhawuleza bamxhasa bamsupport and bamenza nababona ba even though ekhulelwe semncinci kodwa akuphela ambobomi.
It was quite an interesting dynamic, Jaglisha school and, motherhood. But I guess, with family support, that was very important. I couldn't have done it completely without them because then it allowed me, they insisted about everything, business must carry on as usual. I must go back to school and then as well, and no mama bekon as well. So at least the family opened up their arms and assisting me, and taking on the baby as if it was their own. I enjoy a lot to take them for walks, especially because she needs to go out there and not and be out there and take walks. And then, as a teenager, obviously, so mama, drop a mall, mama, drop a concert, mama can have sleepovers, or mama can I host a sleepover, and then I adapt because now I'm almost like age, okay, fine, especially the one that's a teenager. I know, okay, this is what teenagers love, to be around their friends, to be playing games. So I'm very accommodating in that sense. So that's enjoyable for them. So I always try to accommodate and always enjoy it.
So ekhaya kukamantombazana ayi-5 namakhwenkwe ayi-5. So asidibene sibayi-10. Asikhula, it was always just so much noise and fun around the house.
Sikhulele odada basuka eManfrey. So growing up under the guidance of our late umakhulu, Livia Qata, she always taught us the importance of ukumanyana.
We gel very well together. It's because Abekaya, as you know, personalities are complementary. We all get along, and I think a level of maturity is now because if we're able to sit down and discuss the issue at hand and be able to resolve it. And I think Ilondo goes back to the values abazali bethu basikhulisa ngazo.
Every time, like on my weekends and everything, sasi busy sisebenza. I remember sasine truck stop eBay in the Eastern Cape when we still stayed at Eastern Cape, and that's when we started like getting involved in the family business.
If I were to characterize Nella and Zintle's relationship, I would say it's two sisters who completely understand each other in a way that nobody else can ever comprehend, and bayayazi into bayifunayo bobayithuma.
Yabasha Energy Solution bona ke bazakhela indumo ezulu enkulu kakhulu kwi-green economy landscape. Their business strategy is also based on integrating the youth to be part of the green energy development. Njengamanje baxoxisana noPips ngamasu abanawo azobasiza ibhizinisini labo.
So we just arrived at Making Moves,
And we're going to be interviewed by Pepsi.
kind of very excited to talk about our business, Yabasha, and looking forward to the feedback.
And I'm slightly nervous, but I'm sure we'll get it right.
I think we will, because we're making moves.
Let's make some moves then.
Nella and Zintle are smart and educated, and they've been working for their father since graduating. Now, with the help of their father's company, they've decided to venture into their own energy solutions business. They're here to share more about their green energy projects and the relationship they have with their dad's company, Tasol. Ladies, welcome to Making Moves.
Thank you.
Let's get your dad out the way. Is he pouring his money down a dark hole, or is he getting it back?
I would certainly say that he's getting it back in terms of the traction that we've made so far since our establishment. We established the company last year in November, and since then we've managed to accumulate quite, good projects on our side and ones that we're still going to be doing next year as well.
I need you to explain the business to me. I don't fully understand what you guys do.
So we're a clean tech energy company, and we've got 3 focus areas. So we primarily base ourselves in the solar water heating space. So we've got a partnership with Tasol Solar where we manufacture solar geysers. So we do a lot of work for the Department of Human Settlements. You see the geysers that you see on top of the roofs in townships and locations. We manufacture those geysers.
But Tasol does that.
Tasol does
they
that.
They manufacture geysers.
Yeah, so
solar geysers.
Yes.
What do you do?
So Tasol has given us the manufacturing rights. So we will go out there and source our own clients for solar geysers. For example, the RDP market with the human settlement. We will go there to the contractors and say, hey, we manufacture, we're young black women in the manufacturing space, and then we manufacture, because it's quite a big plant and they've given a section to us to also manufacture, and then leading to that is training and development as well. So Zintle will explain further.
So a core pillar in our business is the training and development side of things. So we've basically just recently started a youth cadet program where we basically train young people through our partners NHBRC who have artisan skills in electrical and plumbing work. We then bring them in on a 12-month program where we basically upskill them from being normal artisans to being specialized artisans for the green space, so basically creating green jobs. So part of that is our innovation hub, where we basically assist them in terms of starting up their own micro businesses within the energy space. So our main focus is solar water heating. So we just recently partnered with an innovator, a young woman from the Eastern Cape, who basically came up with an innovation to assist households to save money on their spend on their electricity through using this hotspot, which basically allows you to save electricity on your electrical geyser.
Okay. There are a few issues here.
Okay.
One is, I still feel like you guys are a little bit all over the place. And the reason being is you've got 2 separate businesses. The manufacturing, supply and installation of solar geysers, that makes perfect sense to me. There's opportunity, you can make a lot of money in that space relatively quickly. The inclusion of youth in terms of training them to be able to install, brilliant. Like, that's a really smart move. If you're looking for a partner, I'm there. That side of the business makes perfect sense. It feels like, I'm not sure if you guys are quite ready, because this side of the business is not making money yet. You're not making money manufacturing, installing solar geysers using these young people that you've trained. It's not making money. So, and it can, but it almost feels like you need to focus on it and you need to get it sustainable and working so that you can then, because what you're essentially becoming is you're becoming investors in green energy. That's a separate business.
Okay.
So can one of you go and focus on...
But that's what we do, you see.
You know what I mean? And then the other go and focus on investing. Because what you have to do is you've got to test, you've got to invest, you've got to put in money, and then create opportunities to access the market.
Needs to come into place. Is because and that's the beauty of having a bigger brother or a mentor that guides you, is because Zinhle and I have clearly understand that, you know, one has to specialize, and hence, you know, for example, she specializes in the training space, and then we've got a specialist in-house that focuses on the manufacturing side of things, who's been in that space for the longest time, and I'm in charge of the innovation. So even strictly, you know, when it comes to KPIs and responsibilities, I know these are the KPIs. And the thing is, yes, like you're certainly right, the solar is the one that's bringing in, you know, the projected good income. The training has also brought in income for us, because obviously we've managed to, you know, secure some contracts with some private companies. And the innovation one is something that we're not willing to rush just yet, and that we're taking our time. And business is not about quick, instant gratification. It's about having a long vision and plan. So
I think it's about a balance of both.
Which indeed, because
if you didn't have the enterprise development support, you guys would be dead in the water. Because
we beg to differ slightly.
No, you'd be dead in the water because you're not making any money from the training, and you're not making any money from the training, manufacturing and supply of the solar geysers yet. But you're sitting on something that could turn quite quickly and form a base that would then allow you to go and focus, because it's really research and development, and you're going to find the next big thing in energy. You'll invest in it and you'll take it to market, and that's what the future looks like. But
it's a long, it's part of our
that's a long play. You need to have a core business.
Which is the solar.
You see, that's the problem, is that you say it's the solar, but if I had to look at your energy spend in terms of what you do day to day and how many hours you dedicate to whichever, I'm willing to bet that it's not the solar. I feel like there's an inordinate amount of energy that is on the innovation as opposed to the core business, and there is a little bit of confusion and a little bit of tension even between the two of you about what your core business is. You get it. You get it. You're the geyser lady.
She's the training lady.
Training, but more like the innovation, find the next thing of the future.
And that's the beauty about us.
Okay, I've got to wrap up the interview.
Yes, okay.
I wish you guys the best of luck.
Thank you very much.
I think what you're doing is brilliant.
Thank you.
And I know that you're going to build a really big business.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to send you guys off for a coaching session. And, you know, you get to kind of spitball and talk to an experienced business coach and see if there's anything you can take away from that.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Peps's talk was very, very interesting. He made a number of valid points in terms of our business. He actually made us realize the importance of focusing our business model and, you know, maybe looking at parking the innovation side of the business for now, up until we get to a point and stage where we've fully developed the manufacturing side and the training and development. So it was really brilliant.
Yabasha Energy Solution bona ke bafuna ukuba ngonqa phambili kule nkundla abasebenza kuyona. In their coaching session, they will outline some of the innovative projects they will be launching very soon. Futhi bazosichazela kabanzi ukuthi lo mklomelo ka50,000 uzobasiza kanjani kulamasu abanawo for leli business labo.
So I understand there are two big pillars in the business. So there is the
training and development.
Yes, as well as then the business installation component. And I think, I'm not sure if you guys really do understand in terms of the significance of each and what it could bring in terms of revenue for the business. Because when you think about it, entrepreneurship in its rawest form is really about the game of attrition. They are very intelligent young women who are in a unique space. You know, they are poised to really make it if they put the right things in place. The part that is puzzling for me, when you look at the potential in the market, you guys are level 1, black, female owned. I mean, you tick all the right boxes, but why do you only have one client to date? You know, so that's something that I really believe you guys need to introspect on. You know, so are you knocking on doors? You say you are knocking on doors. Are you knocking on the right doors? So do you have a clear picture of who your target market is?
I think for us, we know who our market is. And obviously, I think her input was really great because, you know, we need to put more emphasis exactly, you know, be able to pinpoint which market are we going to be focusing on. And I think, you know, having a broad market analysis is not good, especially as a young business, small business.
I think they're over-reliant on the potential for government, which is great. It's huge for them, especially because they tick all the right enterprise development boxes. But then the time frames for government tend to be longer, so cash flow becomes a problem. So then they need to tap into other avenues, which is private sector. But not every private sector is who they're looking for.
Well, part of the 10 months we've been around for, we've had to establish a firm foundation for the business, you know, look into are we capable in terms of the numbers that we have in terms of, there's only 6 in the business currently so far. And we always find ourselves that, you know, we overstretch ourselves because we have to meet the clients, we have to do PR, there's so much to do.
So this is an opportunity then for you guys, because then the innovation component, as brilliant and as needed as it is, the timing is not right. You know, I think you need to be focusing your energies on the commercial component, where you're saying, we need to get this part to this level. Then we'll know that now we are good to go and search for great ideas and do all of that stuff. You know, but until you have that solid base for yourselves, and sustainability is cash. I want to clarify in terms of that 500K that you got for enterprise development. You've said it is a loan that you're getting. So can you just clarify that? Because when it's a loan, it's an obligation that needs to be paid back. And what's the plan in terms of growing your pot currently to be able to finance that and finance this other innovation component that you have?
Okay. Part of the loan agreement is that the agreement that we had with our ED partner is that they're going to assist us for a period of 12 months. After that 12 months, we then have to start, you know, generating revenue in the business to repay the loan. So from the 100 units that we installed this year, our profit margin, our profit there was around about 300,000. Some of it which went towards servicing
for that loan. Where Yabasha is at the moment, I think they could have been a lot further than they are, considering the kind of support that they have. So for them, they were supposed to hit the ground running. By now, traction should have been visible at this point. So it is a bit disappointing, but I do think that if they implement what we spoke about, then they're in a better position now to fast track the growth, because the growth potential is huge in this space for them. I've mentioned 2 major things on your part. So understanding the financial components of it, because if you're looking for an investment, the first thing we want to look at is your numbers. How are you doing on the numbers? Is the business sustainable? What are your revenues? What are your liabilities? What are the monthly expenses? So we don't have that picture at the moment, you know, with you guys. And it makes it very difficult to make an informed decision. But then for you as a business, and now going forward to say, how do we improve on a winning formula? So what's the plan? So you guys also need to have a plan to say, by this stage we need to be weaning off, you know? So the way you articulate your business needs to change. So some of the stuff you were talking about is not clearly articulated on the website.
Which is so true. You know? Which is a very big concern, because we are currently working on the website. We're very passionate that it needs to just be, you know, reworked on.
redeveloping our website to really speak the language that we speak as the Yabasha. So we're really focusing on that. As you know, we live in the 21st century, so social media platforms as well. So we're looking at growing our following on Facebook and Instagram, because those are the two platforms which we want to engage with our audiences in. And we're also working on developing an app which will basically speak to the green economy and working with the young people.
You have the potential to do way better than you're doing at the moment. So I think you need to be harder on yourselves in that component.
True, very true.
You by now you need to have had a lot more clients in the bag. So when you come back for the pitch, so you will be pitching for the 50,000. The judges need to see potential of the business's viability. Is the potential to grow market share, you know, and what are the numbers looking like? So if we are to invest the 50,000 in your business, when will we get it back? And what are you going to be using that money for to ensure that the return on investment happens and on time? So all the best for the presentation.
Thank you so much.
Our coaching session with Asanda today was very, very grilling, but she gave us very, very good pointers and constructive criticism, which I think is going to go a long way for our business as the Yabasha. She mentioned how we need to really look into our target market and understand who our target market is within the development space. So that was really, really good. It was a tough session, but I think we walked away with some key elements, key pointers.
Ladies, welcome back to Making Moves.
Thank you.
Ninjani?
Siyaphila njani wena bhuti?
Siyaphila ukukhala kusizi. Makhosazana namhlanje nizopitcha. Anything that you've prepared for your pitch, or nyongena nime kanje?
No, we're very natural, so I think we've got this.
Got this. So there's no PowerPoint presentation, no nothing. Natural, just
I think it's because, you know, we're so used to seeing clients every day and telling them about our business. So it's in the heart and in the mind.
Okay. Makhosazana, I wish you all the best. Amajudges matatu amabili nawaze lotwa nlazi. All the best. Shonan khona.
Thank you. Siyabulela futhi.
Thank you. Banilindile na shona khona.
You've got 4 minutes to pitch your business. You spent some time with Asanda yesterday. On my left is Martine. She's my fellow judge. And you've got 4 minutes to talk to us about your business. So your 4 minutes starts right away.
Okay, thank you so much, judges. My name is Nella, and this is my co-founder, Zintle. We are both sisters in the renewable energy sector. Primarily, we focus on solar manufacturing in terms of solar water heater geysers and the installation.
Part of our business includes distribution of solar water geysers, and our main clients is the National Department of Human Settlements, but we're looking at expanding into the private sector. So we need to expand in terms of our capacity with regards to our installers and our installations. And we're also looking at developing our marketing strategy and side of things.
So Yabasha primarily looks at employment, you know, bringing about youth inclusion in the green economy. And that's where our training program comes into place, where we take unemployed youth and train them on how to install solar water geysers and then place them in our installations.
So what we basically trying to do right now is to develop our business. We've developed a very good sales pipeline for next year, which is going to require us to install up to about 2,000 geysers in the first quarter of the year, which means that we need to increase our capacity in terms of our installation team.
So this money, as Zinhle has made a mention, will come a long way, because it will really assist us with our marketing and also ensuring that we meet our capacity volumes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Cool. That was very quick. So a few questions. How many installers do you need in order to fulfill the kind of the pipeline of 2,000 geysers?
Currently we have 2, but then, you know, we think 10 to 15 at most. 15 at most would be sufficient.
Okay. So you have got 2 installers currently, and you need about 10 to 15.
Yes.
And you want money to train them.
Well, the new installers that we're going to be getting, yes, to train those, and also, you know, for our marketing purposes, our website, and we also acknowledge what the judge, you know's input yesterday also needs a bit of revamping and reworking, just to clear, you know, make our website more simple and more clear to what our what we do. So that will also assist in that regard.
Did you find, Asanda, their website quite complicated?
Not complicated, but it speaks of a different area of focus to what they had spoken about. So there's a big emphasis on incident management, which is not a core, it would appear, for their business.
So when we started Yabasha, just to pick up from what the judge is saying, is we looked at a market that we'd like to identify mostly with, which was the insurance market for your households. So we wanted to, you know, do the installations of solar geysers there. But as we went into the business, we started seeing that, you know, the government sector, also private, is also opening up more to us, more than the banking sector for now. So that's what now we need to maybe focus our website to speak, you know, across the board instead of being just generic to incident management.
Your training that you're offering, is it accredited or non-accredited?
It's accredited through the Energy Eenterprise. So it's the Energy Eenterprise, and we're finalizing our accreditation with the Services Eenterprise for the business entrepreneurship side of things to our training.
Then you've said the way you're going to be using the funds is one, for training, secondly, for marketing and reaching capacity, right? I'd like to know how much money you're using where, and what your return on investment is, and why you've chosen those two categories.
With regards to the youth and also our clients, we decided that about 3 months ago that we wanted to develop an app that we're going to use in terms of tracking our youth when they're on the job, and in terms of our clients being able to reach out to us in instant real time. So about 20,000 of the money will go into developing of the app, and then also part of it also go into training as well.
I want to know how much and how it's going to affect your business.
Okay.
So with regards to the training, some of it is subsidized by our partner, which is the NHBRC.
What is the number, and how is it going to translate into rands and cents in your business?
So
you didn't do the mathematics, guys. The reality of it is you didn't go and work out how much money you're going to be using where, why, and how much that is going to translate into revenue in your business.
Okay, so with what you're saying, the app would cost us 20,000. So we're kind of still looking around for the good codes. And yes, you are right. We still need to do a proper calculation, and that's what we want to do. Is not rush into the moment. I guess that's what we need to revise as well, specifically where we want to put the money in. We're very certain in terms of what we want to do with the money, but then we need to do the calculations in terms of costings.
You've focused very much on the youth, the getting their attention, and they're not the paying people, you know. And it's a big concern because you're not making money at the moment. So yes, you've got this big order currently, but then what are you doing to ensure that the pipeline is strong and you have more orders? Because in order to do that, you need to be focusing your attention and building stuff to target the clients, prospective clients, and I'm not hearing any of that coming through. So it seems like even with this app, it's to make life easier for the students, you know, and for you guys, you know.
No, we said it's both for the student and the client.
How much does training cost?
So our training program for each student is 1,200 rands a month. But some of it is subsidized by our key stakeholders like NHBRC. So some of them have agreed to subsidizing about 50% of the cost. So we're looking at about 1,200 rand per student. And also there's a stipend component which we'll be getting from the Services Eenterprise or the Energy Eenterprise for the students, which is about 1,500 rands for the stipend.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. The pitch went, it was actually very nerve-wracking. We were a bit like nervous and shaky, but I think we tried. So I'm feeling, I think, in between about it.
All right, guys, so deliberation time. Thoughts?
I would have loved to see a lot more detail, especially on where the money will be used in, you know, alluding to what you were talking about, Martine, about the breakdown. So they didn't take the time to really understand how the investment would impact the business. And I think that's so important, especially considering where they are financially at the moment, you know. It's something that I would have hoped they could have focused on a lot more.
How did you guys find the pitch? Let's just start there. Go, Angas. Yonke into benithela.
It was very challenging, yeah. And I think we just had to think more clearly. But yeah, the judges, but I think it was very critical in terms of our business development and growth.
Yeah.
The positive thing about the business is that they've got a strong sales pipeline. They are in a space where not a lot of young black women are playing in.
Yeah.
So in terms of servicing people like the Department of Human Settlements and being able to tap into government set-asides for black women, government set-aside for youth.
Yeah.
There's, it's a good opportunity. Their training component, it's a cool idea. I think it's a really cool idea.
I do like the training component.
They add that component.
Yes.
It builds, it's a really nice, sexy story.
Yeah.
But I don't think that they need the money. Not for the things that...
In terms of their financials, they do need the money. But I think their approach at the moment is showing that they don't need the money, essentially, to be honest with you, because they don't understand that they're actually in trouble.
Yes.
I think also from our end, the financial side of of the prize actually we're going to get, we didn't really, Zintle, we just briefly overlooked in terms of quantifying what we use where, but we didn't go into the details of, how we're going to use the money just as yet. So I think that we knew, but we wanted to go into marketing, to developing our app, but we didn't quantify it exactly because we still have to shop around for prices and look what's going to go where. So I think it's better than now because we seemed underprepared for that section. But overall, really feeling anxious.
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually felt a little bit taken for granted, where I'm like, dude, you're wasting my time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Your story's great, but you didn't come prepared.
Yeah.
There's no hunger.
Correct.
I agree.
Okay. Cool. Bring them back in.
Sisiqede ke ukuyibuza imibuzo eminingi ukuthi kwenzakalani nokutatazela because I can see you shaking. Ladies, please go through.
Okay.
The judges are waiting for you.
Yeah.
All the best,
And go see her.
And go see. Thank you.
All right. How do you guys think you did?
We were debating that outside, and I was saying not so well, and Zintle's feeling slightly optimistic. So
you're the realist in this partnership. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yes.
I think. Listen, we'll start with comments. Love your business. Think you're on the right track, in the right industry. Love the training component. Love the youth component, and I think you're going to make a big impact. Annoyed that you wasted my time today. Like you came here and waffled through numbers that you hadn't really thought about, added an app somewhere in the presentation. And I think the app is a ridiculous idea, by the way. Like who needs an app to trace the number of people, doing installations? So I do feel a bit like you wasted my time a little bit here and you were ill prepared.
Yeah, you have a sure thing when it comes to business, and I think you guys are relaxed because you have the gift of the gab. But I can tell you that you'll only be able to sustain that for a very short space of time, because you might be able to get away with it now, but it's not something that's sustainable for the future.
And from me, to echo the other judges' comments, I do believe that, yes, the industry is ripe. You guys you have the potential to really make a big difference. But I think attitude is everything. The business idea is solid, it's great. Get yourselves to that level as well as individuals so that you carry this vision that you have forward. Okay.
Tasks, moving forward, things that we'd like to suggest you do. I painfully and desperately need you guys to clear up the communication because I find you very confusing. when I see your presentation, I should see pictures of young people installing geysers, being trained. I should see a factory floor that has got young people. I should see this, like, you know, this dynamic energy, and I should see that on your website. I shouldn't go to a website about like incident management. That's an epic fail. Okay.
Thank you.
Martine, any tasks?
Yeah, so your business is in trouble according to your financials, right?
Yeah.
You're struggling. So the logical thing to do when you're struggling is to go back to basics. Go and visit an accountant. Go and understand the basics of your numbers. When you go and visit your accountant, don't hand over your books, but understand where the areas of concern are and where the areas are that you need to focus on. Okay.
Thank you.
And on my end, I'd like to see you being creative in terms of finding clients.
Okay.
You've stuck to the traditional potential clients. You need to be more creative. You need to pinpoint, do a target market analysis, you know, do your 4 Ps, whatever you need to be doing, but make sure you understand who exactly you need to be speaking to and go speak to those people, because you need to build your order book, as in yesterday, because financially you are not in a good position at this point. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, ladies. So I'm not giving you my 50,000, but I have no doubt that you're going to make it and that the business will grow. Please, hopefully, you've heard something over the last 2 days that will stand you in stead and will help you improve your business.
Thank you very much.
All the best, ladies.
All the best.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
So it was very, very critical criticism. I think it's going to take us far in the next level of Yabasha. The whole experience at Making Moves was actually like a very, very eye-opening experience for us as a company and as individuals.
So I think right now we have to sit down and put our heads together and see, you know, exactly how we narrow things down so they don't become so confusing.
If you are an entrepreneur and would like to be featured on the show, contact us on makingmoves@sabc.co.za or visit our website.